I heard the sound of the hammer striking before I even walked into that meeting room on the 40th floor of Bay Street in Toronto. It wasn't a judge's gavel, but it felt like a death sentence. My name, Sarah Jenkins, the architect who designed half the skyline of Vancouver, was being dragged through the mud. Fraud, the headlines in the Globe and Mail said. In 10 minutes, I lost my license, my reputation, and the man I called my fiancé. They said my career was over. They just forgot that when you lose everything, the only thing left is the truth, and it can be merciless. 3 months earlier, I was the face of Jenkins and Associates. I was 46 years old, living in a penthouse in the Distillery District, and respected by every engineer in Ontario. I was the woman who never failed. My fiancé, Mark, was the company's chief financial officer. We were planning our wedding in Lake Louise. I had the world in the palm of my hand. The collapse came on a rainy Tuesday morning. Internal audits pointed to a diversion of $4.2 million in a housing project in Ottawa. The signatures were mine. The approval emails came from my computer. Mark looked at me with a coldness I will never forget and said, "How could you do this to us?" Within 24 hours, I was forced out of my own company under a morality clause. My accounts were frozen. My friends disappeared like smoke in the cold wind off Lake Ontario. I ended up in a cheap motel in Scarborough. Me, the woman who designed mansions, now sleeping between walls that smelled of cheap cigarettes and desperation. I would sit on a park bench near the Scarborough Bluffs, staring into the abyss, wondering if the icy water below would be kinder than the judgment of people. That's where I met Leo, a boy of about 10, sitting on the same bench every day, drawing in a worn-out spiral notebook. He was mute, or maybe he had simply decided the world didn't deserve his words. He drew bridges, broken bridges. One day, the wind carried one of his pages away. I picked it up. It was the perfect technical sketch of a structure I had designed years earlier. And then I saw the pain in his eyes. He was the son of one of the workers who died at the construction site during the scandal, the accident they used to frame me. Leo didn't know who it was, but he knew what it meant to be invisible. I started helping him with his drawings. My hands, which once signed million-dollar contracts, now taught an orphan boy how to calculate load angles with chalk on the pavement. That pure connection gave me something money never had: clarity. So I started investigating on my own, using the computers at the Toronto Public Library. That's when I discovered the server logs. They showed access through a VPN from Dubai. At the exact moment Mark was there on a business trip, he wasn't just betraying me, he was building an empire on my ashes. The confrontation didn't happen in a courtroom. It happened in an art gallery where he was celebrating his new chapter. I walked in wearing my motel clothes, carrying the documents Leo helped me organize. The silence that filled the room when the evidence appeared on the projector was the sweetest sound of my life. I got my name back, but I didn't want my old life anymore. Today, I live in a simple house in Prince Edward County. I opened a social architecture school for young people in vulnerable situations. Leo is my first scholarship student. They said my career was over, and they were right. The career of the selfish woman blinded by power is over, but the life of Sarah Jenkins, the human being, is only just beginning. Sometimes a scandal isn't the end. Sometimes it's the filter that separates who you really are from who you are pretending to be.